My name is Dr. Emi Garzitto, and I'm a conflict alchemist. I help you build conflict resilience by learning how to manage your painful and uncomfortable feelings. When that happens, you get ease in your home, both personal and professional. So my first question is home. What does this word mean for you? So when I think about home, I think about our first home, and that's a body. I think of the importance of feeling at home with our home, and that conflicts, when we resolve our conflicts, it's the process of coming home. The next question is, think of a person you see almost every day who is not a friend or a family member. What would they say is your most dominant characteristic, and how do you think it contributes to your high professional standards? One of the most dominant characteristics people are going to mention about me is that I like to make people smile and laugh. I try to ask questions about letting them know that I see them. How are you? I look at faces. It's important for me that I help people feel safe, that I help people work on being themselves. And I sometimes do that by just saying the ugly thing that's in the room and making someone laugh about it. My next question is, when was the last time you used your professional skills as a conflict alchemist in your personal life? With the shift over to working at home, things needed to change about how we distributed work between myself and my partner. And what I found was that I had to sit my husband down and say, I can't do this. I need a hand. And I had to use some of my own conflict skills to let him know that this was really important to me and that we had to change this, make this different. For example, the distribution of work. So it meant having some concrete shifts in who did what and have that look a little differently. And it was the conflict skills that helped him understand the importance of it. What will you never leave out of the process with your clients that can actually determine whether the process is successful or not? What I will never leave out of the process with my clients is the inclusion of feelings. How do you feel? Because our behavior, our doing, is inside our feelings. It's not inside our knowing. And I'm interested in changing behavior. And behavior is in our body and it's in our feelings. You are a highly plan-oriented professional. When was the last time you were surprised? I was working with a client one-on-one on a conflict coaching, and it was clear to me that that relationship, that business connection was going to end. She went through with the process and the relationship continued. The surprise for me was that in a few months, she came to that conclusion on her own. And that's the most exciting piece for me, is to let time happen and have the client come up with their own decisions. To what extent do you think conflicts at home correlate with conflicts at work? Conflict happens because we have an unresolved pain point. We have something in our body that has not been addressed. That pain point happens at home and it happens at work. It usually happens where we care the most. And when we are able to manage that pain point, our lives change. And that's the most exciting part of my life. What can we learn from children about conflict resilience? The beauty of children is that they haven't yet learned how to hide their feelings or contain their bodies. So what children have to offer is that they are still able to play, they are still able to use their whole self when they think about conflict and when they think about conflict resilience. That is my favorite question so far. What experience in your childhood has shaped the professional that you are today? I think what I want to talk about when I answer this question is what I think it looks like when we're doing it well. And the memory I have is when we were young adults, my twin sister and brother and I would party together. And when we were on the dance floor and the song "We Are Family" came, the three of us would get together, and in a little group of three, we would dance and celebrate our family. And it was a public proclamation that we care about each other and that we're just going to celebrate and enjoy this moment. It is my privilege to support others in getting to that place where home feels like a public celebration. You always say that having a skill does not necessarily mean that you can put it to use. Why? Knowing something and doing something are two separate skills. Knowing something is in your head. Doing something is in your body and in your feelings. I'm interested in behavior. I'm interested in thinking about the question, how do we all just get along? And that's about behavior. My work is in helping my clients get to the doing. My last question is, name one thing that your clients learn about you during a work process with you that they do not know when you first meet. What my clients learn about me is that this is more than just a job. This is my calling. This is my life work. It matters to me that we get good at managing our uncomfortable feelings. It is my passion. It is my heart work to help us all learn how to get along. And it's my contribution back to this planet. It's a small thing that I can do to make this planet a little better than when I came here.